Right, imagine this. You're going about your day, walking down the street, and bam, you lock eyes with someone who looks exactly like you. Same haircut, same nose, maybe even that weird freckle you've got, except it's not you reflected in a shop window. It's a complete stranger. Creepy, right? Well, this isn't just the plot of some low-budget horror film. It's a real phenomenon known as a doppelganger, a German word meaning double walker. But is it just an uncanny coincidence, or is there something weirder going on? Let's dive in and find out. The word doppelganger has been floating around for centuries, originating from old German folklore. Imagine telling stories around a campfire, and someone brings up this idea of a person having an exact double, wandering around with your face but leading a completely separate life. Spooky, right? And unlike twins who share at least some of their DNA, doppelgangers are supposedly unrelated individuals who just happen to look eerily similar. In some cultures, encountering your doppelganger is bad news, a chilling omen of illness or even death, just to add an extra layer of dread to the whole thing. So, we've got this word rooted in superstition and folklore, but what's the actual explanation for these uncanny lookalikes? Alright, let's put on our lab coats and look at this from a scientific perspective. The Earth is teeming with people, roughly 8 billion last I checked. With that many individuals running around, the odds of some people sharing similar facial features become statistically more likely. It's like throwing enough darts at a dartboard. Eventually, you're bound to hit some of the same spots. And then there's genetics. We all inherit a unique cocktail of genes from our parents, but some genes, the ones responsible for things like facial structure, can be surprisingly similar, even across distant relatives. That's why you might have your great-aunt's nose or your grandfather's chin. There was this fascinating study done by a scientist named Francois Brunel. He gathered photos of unrelated people who could practically pass for twins and analyzed their facial structures. His research suggests that specific genes play a significant role in facial resemblance, meaning your doppelganger might be more genetically similar to you than you'd expect, even if you don't share a family tree. Chapter 3. Doppelgangers Throughout History, From Presidential Omens to Vanishing Teachers. The idea of doppelgangers has been freaking people out for ages, popping up in stories and historical accounts. Even some famous figures couldn't escape these eerie encounters. Take Abraham Lincoln, for instance. Legend has it that Honest Abe himself claimed to have seen his double in a mirror shortly after being elected president. Some people saw this as a bad omen, and well, we all know how that turned out. Then there's the story of Queen Elizabeth I. She allegedly saw her own doppelganger lying in bed looking deathly ill just days before she died. It's like something straight out of a Shakespearean tragedy. But perhaps the most bizarre historical doppelganger tale is that of Émilie Sagy, a 19th century French teacher. Students and staff at her school reported seeing her double walking around, performing tasks alongside her, or even just vanishing into thin air. Talk about an awkward staff meeting. Chapter 4. Coincidence, paranormal activity, or just really good algorithms. So, what's the verdict? Are doppelgangers just a quirk of genetics and probability, or is there something more mystical at play? Some people believe these uncanny resemblances point to something beyond the realm of science. Theories range from the existence of shadow selves to parallel universes where slightly different versions of ourselves exist. It's enough to make you question everything you thought you knew about reality. But science, ever the pragmatist, offers a more grounded explanation. With billions of people on the planet, the odds of two individuals sharing a striking resemblance become increasingly likely. And with the advent of facial recognition technology and AI, finding your doppelganger is easier than ever. These algorithms can sift through millions of faces online, identifying potential matches with incredible accuracy. It's like having a worldwide doppelganger detection system at your fingertips. So, while the romantic in me loves a good mystery, it seems the existence of doppelgangers might just boil down to math and the marvels of human genetics. Outro, have you met your doppelganger? So the next time you're walking down the street and think you've spotted your long-lost twin, don't panic. It might just be a case of doppelganger destiny. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a glimpse into a parallel universe where you're living a slightly different but equally fascinating life. Have you ever encountered someone who looked eerily similar to you? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing explorations into the strange and wonderful world around us.